Hey everybody, welcome to our first ever live event reaction for State of Play for PlayStation's February event. We have no idea what's in this. I tried to Google it really quickly before and everybody's just speculating. But this is our first ever live event reaction, which is funny because, what was it, Andy, like 2 days before we were just like, oh, one of the best parts about having a channel is some of these events we love we'll get to watch live, like Game Awards and the Summer Game Fest and all that. But anyway, let's see how they open. Start with Ghost of Yodai. Let's go. Or Death Stranding 2. Or Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne. I'm here for two things. Bloodborne and Hollow Knight.
So this is a good opportunity, I think, actually for people to also learn about us and our sense of games we enjoy. Because I know immediately you're like, bummer, because you don't love the Monster Hunter games. I don't know if you want to elaborate what it is about them you don't love, because I do like it. But
well, so initially it just kind of felt weird that we were running around attacking animals that weren't attacking us. The more outrageous they made them look, that kind of cooled that feeling a little bit. But then I think I played one with y'all, and my issue is more so like I would get to you have to hike forever. I would get to the fight, I would die, and then I'd spend the next 5 minutes getting back to the fight. And largely, yep. I think that is the main issue. But
you do generally struggle with maps.
It could at least let me spawn near where I died. That would be helpful.
Yeah. Well, the reason it doesn't is you're supposed to be like, oh, it's your box. You can scoot back up. But yeah, like while you're learning it, that is tough. But I do think Monster Hunter World, because if I remember right, all you did was play like a demo. When it like onboards you, it definitely does a better job where you're not just going to be dying over and over because you understand what's happening. But and I will say, because I understand what you mean about the monsters, they eventually do a good job of like, oh, it's these people are threatening like this community, like or these monsters. We're trying to stop them from taking over. So
make them actually.
Anyway,
monsters.
I'm pretty excited for that one. It's a strong opener. I think this is going to be a lot of content we already know about, but more of it. You know what I mean? Like I hope we get a big surprise today.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not Bloodborne, then it could be Hollow Knight. I actually don't know which I'd prefer more at this point, but
oh come on, Bloodborne 2.
One of the
if
other
there's a Bloodborne 2, I don't even know how I'll react. But I don't think this feels like that event.
I feel like you'll probably leave your little frame up there. We might lose the top of your head for a bit.
Oh, well, all my clothes are coming off if it's that, so hopefully we don't get banned.
What's the Monster Hunter game that we were playing kind of recently?
Monster Hunter Rise. That was it was weirdly like a Switch exclusive for a little while first, and then came to PC and stuff. It had a little bit like more cartoony graphics, whereas World and now this are kind of their better looking ones. Like, I doubt this one's even on Switch. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me look at that actually.
That one, and maybe it's not always the case with these games, but that one seemed like there was just a lot going on. Like if you weren't in the fight, then there was the board with your objectives, like the types you need to go after and how many. And then there was the person that would cook the stuff or make the drinks or whatever. And then it was all the different vendors. But you could also, I think, maybe make your gear look a different way. It was
yeah, well,
a lot.
It's systems on systems for sure. Like, because you make yourself better by killing the same thing over and over. This is gonna be. For a second, I thought Wolverine, because that game we're due to get information on Wolverine.
I like this art style.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kind of thought Wolverine was Xbox exclusive.
Not PlayStation exclusive. It's pretty sure Insomniac who makes the Spider-Man games,
gotcha.
Which are very good. This looks
haven't
like
played any of those either.
Yeah, those are cool. This looks like us, man.
Yeah, it's interesting how we talk about these types of games and how we really like the art style, and it's this cool new art style. You would think we've just about run out of cool new art styles. But like, I don't think I've seen anything that pops quite like that while still looking like animated.
No, yeah, it almost looks like a mix of like a comic book and like a Saturday morning cartoon from like the 90s.
Yeah.
And there used to be a game by Sega back in the day called Shinobi. You ever play Shinobi on the Genesis?
It sounds real familiar, but there's a lot of games that start with Shin.
It is Shinobi! Let's go. I used to love the Shinobi 3, I think was the one I had on Genesis.
I don't recognize that logo, so I don't think that's the one I would have played.
Oh, what's this? What is this? Sonic Racing. It's gonna be like their Mario Kart.
I had to catch myself. I just about said not interested, but I like Mario Kart. If this is the same thing, different characters, there's no reason I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, but I do think like there's definitely more brand equity with
A
Mario.
lot more recognition.
I got no problem on it, but
well, like they're the toy at Burger King or McDonald's one now, and we've got a few of them. I only recognize Sonic. The other one's red. I don't think it's Knuckles, so it's like, no, it's not red. It's yellow. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. Red's Knuckles.
Who's yellow?
Yellow's Tails.
Well, it's not Tails. This is another full-size hedgehog.
Oh, I don't know. I guess Tails, is the fox.
Yeah,
and then Shadow's obviously black. I don't know if like a yellow hedgehog.
I wonder if it's just like an alternate Sonic, like a multiverse kind of thing. Has that concept stretched across everything?
I hope not. I'm over it.
I still like the idea of it. It's interesting, but
it's interesting, but I think what it does, we don't need to get in this whole conversation now, but I feel like it cheapens plot because suddenly you can kill people and unkill people and like just nothing has any weight anymore because you're like, well, in universe 6, like Spider-Man's actually not dead, but we can kill him in these other 6 universes. It's like, all right, well.
Yeah, I have no idea if that like in principle is canon, like that belongs to somebody, or if it's just
right. Okay.
a thing.
So as soon as I see Bandai Namco, just in case, I'm like, what if this was a FromSoft game, though?
I take it. Art style.
Yeah, but it's not. They make a lot of shit. It has like a Ni no Kuni vibe, though. Nope, not anymore.
That one never escaped my wish list.
I have no clue what this is.
That's going to be the theme for me on most of this.
Well, it's a good chance to learn.
Yeah.
At the same time, what I always think is fun and interesting is like with games, is right here, we're sitting here like, I have no idea what this is, but there's like at least 12 people somewhere losing their shit over whatever this is. You know what I mean? Like they're pumped.
I sure hope so for Sony's sake.
But yeah, this isn't doing it for me. This looks like Pokemon meets Persona.
Yeah, it looks a little Switch-like.
What is this?
Like, what are we doing?
Is that Digimon? What's she riding around on? Isn't that a Digimon?
Looks
I don't know
like
anything
it,
about
yeah.
Digimon.
I think it is, yeah.
Where's Brandon when you need him? I feel like he likes that shit.
Remember Tamagotchi? They had a Digimon version, and I'm pretty sure that little dragon.
I know how to use it. It was like a little brown box. It looked like a brick.
You're supposed to like connect them to each other, and they fight.
Ah, Time Stranger. That's a really bad game name.
Oh, great.
All right, what we got next? They can't all be home runs. You know what I mean?
Do you think in a presentation like this, they'll include across the bottom anywhere whether or not it's optimized for the Pro, or if it's just, we're here for the title and that is that?
Probably not. Some may, at the end where it says like console
like
exclusive,
a list. Yeah.
and stuff, they might include it there.
I think they did that at the last one.
Yeah, it'll be like the text at the bottom. But, all right, my guess is here, because we didn't have time to really get into this in the intro. What do you think we will learn about here? My main guesses are Ghost of Yotai and...
That is a very conscious way of pronouncing that word. If you're not entirely sure that's how you say it. Are you?
Oh, I have no idea. It might be Yotai, but I feel all right about Yotai.
I feel like I've only heard Yotai, but keep going anyways.
Maybe it is Yotai. Who knows? And then I also imagine Death Stranding 2. And then I'm hoping for more of that Naughty Dog like sci-fi game. We got to see just a little bit of it at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
But it's probably pretty soon for that, because I imagine that game's years away.
Well, that's what I was just about to ask. Are those kind of announcements typically year of, or anything that's in this show? Is it going to be this year, or is it just a progress report on everything?
Like Yotai is definitely this year. Like at least they said it in the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's trending too this year. I'm not positive about that. This looks interesting. I'm not out on this one
yet. What's the one Switch game that looked kind of like Nier that had the real sexualized women in it? I don't know what game I just said it was like.
You're thinking of
I meant to.
Bayonetta.
What is it?
Bayonetta.
Yes, yes. This almost looks like a different art style of Bayonetta.
Yeah, or Devil May Cry is the same kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, never played that game.
I think they said it's called Lost Soul Aside. I'm into it. It has almost like a Final Fantasy look to it.
You never wanted to be a hero.
Like that's a very Final Fantasy sword. And, like that was a Final Fantasy character.
And that white-haired guy looks a lot like the Devil May Cry boxes that I've seen.
Yeah. Lost Soul Aside. All right, that's worth keeping an eye on. May 30th. I guess we already knew about that because they introduced the name immediately, but
Yeah, do you have a second screen? You ought to pull one up and just have like launch dates. We'll just like put them down.
that's a good idea. Write them down. I mean, I put in games I want to play in my backlog. That's my app. Oh, I'm interested in this game. I've never played a Yakuza game, but I think this is going to be my entry point.
Oh gosh. Yeah, you were just talking about that within the past month, weren't you? Or was that Brandon?
No, it was me. It was my biggest miss in our Game of the Year episode. Infinite Wealth. Dave the Diver is a very fun game.
My nephews are trying to get me to play that.
Yeah, it's cool. You wouldn't like it, the roguelike.
Oh yeah, for sure. Interesting that
It's
they
not
would.
really like the diver who goes down and like explores to get fish to run your restaurant, and then like suddenly you're doing more and more stuff. But
Is it the one that's like kind of a horror game down there in the water? Maybe I'm not thinking of the right one.
no. You're thinking of Subnautica.
Use portals and futuristic physics to dominate the arena.
Probably.
looks fun.
24-player mode where 3 teams compete
Like a
on
Portal
massive map.
multiplayer game.
That would require so much focus, I think.
name is Paul Heyman.
This means nothing to me. I'm really happy for the people it does mean something for, but man, I've just never been able to get into WWE ever. Like, not even when I was like 12, I was never into it.
Well, I was a big fan back in the day, like with Stone Cold and The Rock, and before they did the shakeups, Goldberg, big fan.
Yeah, no hate. Obviously, like I get it. I just never clicked with me.
We always laugh at like people of our age. You know exactly what it was to just have random dudes in whatever grade elementary school just getting suspended for telling everyone else to suck it.
I mean, that part of the culture of it definitely reached me.
Like, I specifically remember one kid. He came running out of the bathroom and jumped from one side and flew back out into the main hallway doing the suck it sign like while he was in the air. And they're like, "Yep, you're out of here."
All right, I'm adding to my coming up list. What was that called? Lost Soul Aside.
I think so, yeah.
And then the other was like the
Borderlands.
Yakuza Dragon. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Is that a new number? I don't know where they're actually at.
Yeah, this is brand new Borderlands, like main line.
Excellent. I've never finished one of these games, and it makes no sense because I love them. I think it's because we only ever tried to play them like as a group, and so our schedules just never worked out to see it all the way through.
Yeah, it's not really made to be like a Yakuza game. Am I reading correctly? It comes out in like 8 days. There are 3 to 4 games I'm very interested in that are massive RPGs that will come out in the next like 2 weeks. And I'm in the middle of Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is a 100-hour game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make some choices. I haven't heard you talk about that one though. Are you just trying it, or are you looking to actually see it through?
I was just trying it, and now I think it's going to have a tough time being beat out for Game of the Year. I did not expect to like it this much.
That seems awfully early.
I'm just telling you. I have never played like a sandbox hardcore RPG like this, where like I'm spending 5 minutes like at an alchemy bench, like brewing potion. I expected to hate it and find it tedious, and instead I'm like, dude, I love this. I gotta go find my dog so that I can hunt better. You do have a dog you can teach commands to. I was like, this is the one way I could sell Andy into this.
Spring.
We're diving deep, you
All right,
guys. Join
pirate.
us as Borderlands
What is this
4,
called? Like a dragon, pirate
combat, vault
Yakuza.
hunters, action skills, exploration and discovery, everything.
I'm gonna let you
You're gonna
figure
see
that one out. I'm
Borderlands
trying to hear when
all
Borderlands is coming.
On PlayStation 5, but Randy, do you have anything else for us?
I think I do, Randy.
Well,
What is it?
Don't hold out on me, Randy.
Release date demo.
Thought I heard spring, but I don't know.
Borderlands 4.
This Randy.
Well, Borderlands 4 launches worldwide for everyone on
September 23rd. All right.
2025.
We got work to do.
I think that could be one we do. I mean, is that when we do an intentional playthrough together? Because that might be how we play
Sure.
on the schedule. We play
Yeah.
it on street.
Well, I think the issue we ran into with the group is one of us wanted to keep on
Hey, look.
playing more.
We need to pay attention here.
But I really don't do small talk.
This one's soon.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
So you want to go through more of your crazy stories? My crazy stories? But how are we supposed to get out of here if we don't start to trust each other? I don't need your trust. Well, I kind of need yours.
Yo, what's this level? Dude, this looks so good. There's no reason not to trust the studio. We've loved all their games. I have. I don't know if you played it Takes Two, but
We should. Yeah, I played it with you. Right?
no. You played the jailbreak one.
Oh. We
Takes
should.
Two, I played with Game.
We should absolutely. Like, obviously, we're gonna play this, and I assume you will be one person, I'll be the other. I'm just knowing how it is. You're gonna have a better grasp of the entirety of the game, what we've been doing, but we should let it so that like you are not telling me or keeping me up to date or anything. Like, you are playing yours as if you're an independent person, and I'm playing my character as an independent person. And if I happen to screw us over, then oops.
Yeah. That is very soon. All right, we got it. That'll be a day one on our channel. We can assure that to everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like a good Friday. A fun Friday.
Until Dawn
Friday.
Makers are making a sci-fi game. I'm interested in this. Did we know about this?
I didn't. Get Brandon
Very
ready.
much like
Status report.
Looks like it penetrated.
I like sci-fi.
We need to inspect the hull damage first.
the original Alien is one of my all-time favorite movies, and this has that vibe.
You feeling all right? My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
Sound droppy for you, or is that just through our Discord? If it's through our Discord, we're fine. I'm making sure
What is that?
your stream is good.
The
This ship is infected.
like on YouTube sounds fine.
It still
Okay.
doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started.
Lord have mercy.
Dude, this was awesome.
Do you think Williams knows more about this substance than he's letting on? You can't take nature.
Check this
Muting it
date
and unmuting it.
and then give Brandon a countdown. You got this many
I'm
days
into
to get your system set up.
I mean, that'd be fun to do it like across our game nights and just plan on that being our content for a while. If assuming it's far enough after Night Rain.
Still out there. You deserve the truth.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Directive 8020. That's gone on the list.
That's a long ways away. October.
October 2nd. That seems like a good Halloween game.
Yep. Gives him plenty of time.
Yep.
Would we?
And that's become Night Rain.
We wouldn't
we don't know when
get
it comes out.
any kind of a Resident Evil at an event like this, would we?
You could. And we got, technically, we got, is this Friday? Freddy's or
This
Five Nights at
game
Freddy's?
scared me to death, if that's what it is.
You can play this one.
No, but the one that I did play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that on Splat Panda, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. That was horrifying.
I'm already missing games that it was. Borderlands, gotta do that.
Didn't this
I
kind of
wonder, is
like?
this
Right. I was gonna say, if I remember right, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, like, we played it, or I played it, and it was very, very much a horror game. But I'm pretty sure shortly thereafter, it kind of like became a kids thing.
No, I mean maybe, but I think like still because it was scary, but they did like let it. They definitely like lightened it up a bit.
They made it
What
a
was
show,
interesting about
right?
A movie with the kid from Hunger Games.
Hmm. And I thought they did like a Mario spin on it also.
We're the creators of the Midnight Walk.
I don't know.
Cozy horror game
You gonna play that one?
where you will journey down a nightmarish
Oh, no, I don't really care about
terrors.
this. Well, what I was gonna say that was interesting is like
Random creature.
I liked
Together with your little friend.
about that though that it was like more of a traditional game because the original ones, if I remember right, you just like switch between cameras and that's really all it was. But the idea of like walking around is interesting.
After the end of the world, the burnt one woke from a deep slumber.
Guy looks like a Bloodborne character. He's familiar. Where do I know that face from?
You're the caretaker of this little firecracker.
I don't know what this
I
is.
reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right?
Maybe it kind of looks like that Tiny Terror or whatever that game was.
That it also has like a little bit of like kind of Tim Burton-y vibe.
Yeah.
Like some of it looked like Nightmare Before Christmas. They announced a game for PlayStation, I want to say, man, at this point, 4 years ago, like during COVID, where it was sort of a cartoony game with almost a vibe like this, and I've heard a word about it since then. The Midnight Walk, I'm intrigued by that game.
Yeah.
Remember when I played Little Nightmares back in the
I
day?
was just
I
about
know
to say, when I said Tiny Terror, I meant Little Nightmare. You saw how close I got.
That was a VR game. That makes me extra interested.
Special thanks to Klaus Sonola
May
for
8th,
that
add
updated
that to the
look
list.
at the Midnight Walk.
Fun
I
characters.
forgot what it was called. Midnight what? Midnight Walk?
Midnight Walk, yeah.
I didn't make a new list.
Darwin's
VR
Paradox,
games.
you play as Darwin, a clever octopus who finds himself dumped near a
There's a
highly
cute-ass
suspicious
octopus.
processing center.
I think either this needs to feel a lot like Crash Bandicoot, or we need to
Use Darwin's
get some more
natural
adult games
camouflage
too.
Oh, look at him hiding. Hold on. I'm into this, man. It feels like Inside. Do you remember Inside or Limbo? That's kind of the vibe.
Mm-mm.
Darwin's Paradox. I am also interested in that.
We're excited to reveal a brand new title from Koei Tecmo.
I don't know if we know Warriors.
Infinite
roguelike.
Hell. There could not be a
Warriors
more
Abyss,
accurate
a
description
roguelike spin
of a
the
roguelite.
Warriors franchise.
I actually really don't. So I tried the new Dynasty Warriors Origin game that came out this year.
Descend into hell.
And it
Call on
was interesting because
powerful allies.
these are called Musto games, I think you say, where you fight like billions of enemies like this, and I hated that.
It's a playstyle
They would also add like generals, and that was like a little more Soulsy in the combat. So I was like, oh, maybe this is my time, and I tried it. It would have been on Steam, so I could return it if I didn't like it. And
A roguelite hell awaits when
I still didn't like
Warriors
it.
Abyss
I just don't like.
launches
I don't
on
like
PS5
fighting
and
thousands
PS4
of people
later
at once.
today.
It feels like there's not. I'm not actually doing anything.
For whom are you working? I won't forgive you.
What is this? It's a remaster, obviously.
A PS2
Does that
era
explain
classic
the
returns.
graphics?
Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny.
Onimusha.
I happen to know that those are supposedly very fun because Epic Name Bro likes those, and I would play a remaster of a game like this. Like I'm into that vibe right there.
Including fine-tuned analog controls.
I like Samurais.
Immerse yourself in Jubei's hard-boiled
I'm
journey.
nostalgic for like that
Fight
era of
through a world
games.
of turmoil alongside trusty allies. Onimusha 2 Samurai
I think we're
VR
learning
game.
though that coming to
on
PS4,
May 23rd.
any game
Will
like
be
that that's a
available
remaster,
pre-order later today.
I think we're learning from Resident Evil, which I didn't play the original, but
Did they like forget to update it?
What, just- there you go.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Oh, that's the new one.
Yeah.
I think we saw that recently.
um,
This looks awesome.
they need to bring
See, Capcom.
updated controls with it too.
Yeah.
So is this Onimusha?
This is the new Onimusha, yeah. I think we saw this at Game Awards, like a very brief one, but I think this would be up our alley. Action RPG.
So long as there's not stances, I'm in.
We really let that get in your head more than it needs to in a lot of these games.
Like we already got. Let me count buttons real quick.
All right, I need to add Midnight Walk to my newly made VR list before I forget.
Counting the touchpad, we already have 17 buttons on a controller. I don't need that multiplied times 2 or 3. Even if that is just 4 controls multiplied by 2 or 3. That's too many controls.
But like, here's how I would look at that. Remember in Destiny how you'd have like 3 kinds of weapons and switch between them for situations, light, heavy, and pistol or whatever, you know. And like, that's all it really is. Like, you see an enemy and you're like, I need a heavy, or I see an enemy and I need fat.
Yeah,
like that's all you're doing.
There's some weight to that argument. I don't know if it is exactly the same, but it makes sense.
No, I mean it's definitely simpler to just hit a button, you know, but like.
Well, it's just something about
at
how
least
you
in,
mentally
like,
process it. Like, is it a singular gun, or is it now I've got a different moveset, and now I've got another moveset, or is it I'm using this sword, now I'm using that sword.
I mean that is totally combat. I mean I know they did their own thing before, but I'm saying that feels like R5. I get it, but like at least in a game like Neo, it was just like your moveset was different only insofar as you swing really fast, or you should hit really heavy. And certain enemy types you knew like, oh, I need to break through a shield, or I need to apply a fire status, so I need to hit them multiple times, but not for heavy damage, and you just switch for that reason. But I want to say I played like a Neo 90% in mid stance, like it just
Metal
doesn't
Gear?
matter. Metal Gear, is this the remake of 2? Or is there a new one?
He's coming here. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Looks like a remake of 2, like that's pretty old school.
2 is the only one I ever played.
Well, there it is.
That'd be a
Delta
bummer.
or whatever it's called, I think that's what this is.
That baddie looked familiar. Yeah, yep.
What's the story between you and the boss?
It was the
I've never
weirdest
played Metal
thing.
Gear game.
They would have some, I don't know who it is, some voice character, not a person character, would be like, you've been playing this game too long. And I'd basically tell you, like, you need to turn it off. It's just wild.
Is that like a safety within the game, or is that on the console?
I don't know. It's like it's some, I forget what his role was, but it was in the game. He was like a radioed character. Like he would buzz in and you'd see his little face pop up like digitally, and he would be talking to you.
These games were just always like too wild. Like it's the same reason I don't love Death Stranding. I'm just like the dude, I forgot his name, man. What's his name? The guy who made Death Stranding.
Oh, I know exactly who you mean. I almost said Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's not.
That might be racist. Kojima.
Kojima, yeah. It was the Kenobi, the Kojima.
I get it. His games are just too wild for me. Like I think that's my problem. And you know, like however I feel, multiply for Brandon.
I don't mind it being wild. Back in the day, like those were the game on PS2 or whatever.
Hold on, did you just see it? What was with the monkey running out during that trailer?
I don't know.
It was like a little monkey ball or ape escape monkey or something ran out of the log, smacked his butt 3 times, ran away, and then they told us when Delta was coming out.
Fury of emotions sparks the wildfire of
What is this?
It dissolves our illusions and exposes the fragile structure.
This just doesn't feel like the kind of state of play we're getting Bloodborne to. I think they want like they would do that at like a massive event.
I mean, they would announce it last though.
They would.
Whoa, we got. That was a weird cross of events. Maybe not.
Have you ever felt like, I feel like games struggle animating kids? Like kids always look a little weird in games.
I don't know that I could tell you a lot of games with kids in them that I've played.
The one I can think of where it was most awkward was Horizon. Like in the tutorial, you're young Aloy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she looked like she had a little puffy face, but
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
it's not terrible.
in Stellar Blade, I've already forgotten her name. The drone pilot girl. Well, I guess Adam's the drone pilot. Lily, yeah.
Hell is Us. I'm into that game.
She had a very like Dragon Quest animated look to her face.
Yeah. Hell is Us. Add it to the list.
Hey, here we go.
Liza P. All right, now you got my attention, dude. This might be your impetus right here to actually play
Gets
it.
me back in.
I'm sitting up. Did we already know about the actual? I knew the one was coming. Did we know what it was yet?
I sure didn't.
Dude, this is your chance to take some of it in, though. This was my number 2 game behind. I'm sorry, 3 behind Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom. But that tells you how good the game is.
You're not the puppet I was expecting.
I think it might be the best Souls like not made by From.
I definitely heard that.
It's really more of a
Like
Bloodborne.
real difficult too, right?
Yeah, I mean, on par. I wouldn't say it's any worse really than Bloodborne or Dark Souls. This looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm all in. Haven't missed it the first time. And we're talking DLC, right? This is not a new title.
I believe that's correct. Yeah, I don't want to tell you, but I think I know what the new title will be, but we can't discuss that until you finish the game. Overture. Cool name, too, for a DLC.
Summer, okay.
Summer. All right.
So we need to be
Pixel Junk,
done
I've
with
never
Demon
heard this
Souls
name
by
before.
summer.
What does Pixel Junk make?
It almost looks like that. I'm not going to know the name of the game. Never mind. That's fun.
What the? This is interesting.
It's very like dream state.
Hmm.
I'm into it.
Did you just hit that clown with a cassette tape?
I actually thought it was a Nintendo controller, but
That's even better.
dreams of another. Put it on the list. I'm very into that.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. That had a very cool look to it.
That would be a good. That would be a good looking game for something that was like 6 hours long.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than using
I bet it
weapons
is.
to
I mean,
harm, you use them to
seems
build.
very indie. Dude, this is very cool looking.
Do you use your wish list?
Yeah, but not like I do on Steam. Like Steam, I take care of it, you know. PlayStation, I might hit it if I happen to see something, and I wouldn't even know how to go see what's on it if I wanted to. Now that is an underrated game.
This was the one where it was you're just survivor mode against the zombies or something.
No, this is like a Last of Us style game almost.
It also
Okay.
includes
There's the one with the zombies who all run like that, like mega fast, and there's tons of them.
Yeah.
Mode, new accessibility features, and Horde Assault, a survival arcade mode with increased.
Oh, so these are
horde
like,
sizes
this
that
might be your
provide
thing if they
fresh
added
way to
new
experience
things to the
Days Gone.
remaster, but
Well, and
that's all
clips
optimized for PS.
And if you
clips
purchase
of the
Days Gone
original that I
and
saw was
Horde,
basically that,
upgrade to
just
digital
a million of
Yeah,
them.
Days
yeah.
Gone
Oh,
Remastered and get
but that
all
happens in like the
content and
story
features
also.
for $10. Days Gone Remastered launches on PS5 April 25th.
Did you ever see if the upgrade is free? Because I have it, so.
New DLC is coming to Stellar Blade this June.
Oh boy.
Sci-fi action game is
Ooh.
partnering with Goddess of Victory Nike on a new boss battle, collectible dolls and stickers, plus a
That
new
was
outfit.
man.
It looks like you fight, yeah, it looks like you fight him. I don't know what Nick A is, but they're
The
pushing
Nike
her everywhere.
DLC
She's in
and the PC version of Stellar
Fortnite
Blade
and
launch
Rocket League
this
right now.
June.
I've never heard of Nick A.
We've got some great
haven't either,
PlayStation
but
Plus updates today, starting
I'm
with
very
game
excited for
catalog
that.
Titles arriving on February 18th. Star Wars Jedi
Oh, well, here's
Survivor,
our new
Top
PS
Spin
Plus games.
2K25,
Hey, there's a
and
chance, dude. It's free.
catalog
And
Lost
Top
Standards,
Spin?
Blue and Rage from the
I'll play
creators
that
of
for
Life is
free.
Strange.
Did you girls ever see anything
What is
weird
this?
around these parts?
Oh, this must
In
be a
this
new
episodic
game, and it's
adventure,
one of the free
players will
games.
join 4 high school girls living through the defining summer of their lives. What begins as a tale of friendship.
It's gonna be one of
will
those
eventually
walking.
blend reality, dreams, and the unknown into
Probably.
a dual
You know what it reminds me of? Did you ever see when I did the playthrough of Oxenfree?
The first
Mhm.
episode of Lost
It was
Records,
like a
Blue and
2D game. It
Rage
looks like it
arrives
could be like a
February
3D
18th,
version
with
of
the
a game
second
like
episode
that.
arriving in April.
Oh, it's gonna be Life is Strange
We're also
style.
excited to confirm 2 unique indie titles that will launch into game catalog later.
That's also a
this year.
smart way to do it. Give them the
Explore a
first
mysterious mansion
episode
in
for
Blue
free.
Plains,
Yeah,
a genre-bending
that
architectural
Rocket League
adventure.
approach.
Yeah. Cool art here too. I like
Every
cell
door
shaded
is a
art
new
just because it
decision
never
as
really
you
looks
carve out a
dated.
sprawling manor with 45 shifting rooms, adding layers of strategy, puzzles, and
45
exploration.
shifting rooms. This already sounds like roguelite.
Blueprints launches day 1 into game catalog. This
I like the
It
name.
seems like it's like an escape room simulator.
Now that would be fun.
6-player survival crafting
I think that's
game
what it
where
was.
stack
It said like it
buildings.
shifts and you click different places and you
Dredge
gotta
miles beneath the
solve
surface,
puzzles
even a
to,
team
I
of
don't know if you're getting
scientists
out or
work
what,
with
but
ingenious gear and traps to outwit your enemies and make this bizarre underground
this looks
complex
not
your
very
new
good
home.
to me. I mean, maybe it will
Aerotic
be, but
Factor will be available in game catalog when it launches this summer. Now let's get a sneak peek at games coming to the PlayStation Plus Classics catalog.
Classics.
Coming
PS Plus
soon
has a
are
branding
Bummer.
issue
3
because
Armored
saying
Core
it comes
titles from the
to
original
PS Plus
PlayStation.
and
Armored
game
Core,
catalog is
Armored Core
confusing, but I'm
Project
assuming they
Phantasma,
mean.
and Armored Core Master of Arena.
Ooh, Armored Core. These are
Meanwhile,
FromSoft games.
Catacon 3 slides its way into
My
the
neighbor
Classics
played
catalog
Armored
this
Core a lot on the earlier ones.
There was a new one
No one knows
last
how
year.
that world came into being. It devoured
I actually don't know if
everything
Miyazaki
from
directed
us.
the Armored Core
Only
Armored
I was left.
or Fires of the Rubicon. No, he did not direct it.
That was a fatal mistake.
What is this?
I don't know, but it's got a good start.
Yeah. A hot girl with a neon eyeball. What else do you need? Say no more. Sign me up.
I mean, it was more so the like stuff flying around the sword and pulling the sword out.
Sure,
It
sure.
had
whatever
a,
you need. Whatever you think.
it had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Dark Souls
totally.
vibe to it.
But wishes come at a price.
Yeah, no, this does look cool.
To pursue one's wishes is to call
See,
forth
tell me that don't look like a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, well, that
Well,
looks
it,
like a.
it did before
Did
it
you ever
was.
play Shadow of the Colossus?
No, but I watched a lot of people play it on the remake.
Yeah, like climbing the bosses and stuff. This looks awesome. I don't care what it is. I'm
Ornstein
playing
and
it.
Smo, right here. Look at that.
It's weird. She kind of has the thing going on you do and Ender Magnolia, where like other things are doing the attacks.
Yeah.
That's Dark Souls boss right there. Oh, dude,
Right.
I'm
That's
where the hell-
exactly. That's Anne Orlando.
I want this right now. Is this AI limit? Is this that game? No.
I still never saw that. That would be dope if that's what this game looked like, or if this is what that game
No,
looked
I
like.
mean, I know it's Souls, like, I don't think it's this. That's a Souls boss also.
Yep.
My quarrel lies
Dude,
not with
where? That's the
you, but I
tree
will
symbol.
take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul.
I want it. Where is it? In development. We're a long ways out. Come on.
The table is dead.
It's not the
exists
best
no
game name I've ever heard. I'd be embarrassed to tell someone I was playing Tides of Annihilation, but
I'm glad you at least
I'm-
caught it. I was looking to see who it was done by, like to see if it possibly was a FromSoft, and I had no idea what the game was called.
no. And I can't add it to backlog yet. Tides of Annihilation is, I think, the most excited I've been for anything in the showcase so far.
Just some noise in my core.
Looked very good. I don't know if I'd be more or less excited compared to Borderlands.
Yeah. I hope it's almost done because I have to leave in 5 minutes or else my children will be stuck at daycare forever. I think that's how that works.
Well, rest assured,
If I leave, you know they're announcing Bloodborne too, so that's the only good thing.
If it keeps going and I have to do this by myself, then it'll be a lot of games that I have no idea what they are, where they came from.
You can just talk about if it looks cool.
It'll
be like, they'll have some name. It'll be like, this is Super Mario Odyssey, and you're like, wow, I think this is a great new franchise.
Yeah. We've got Wings coming, so I also would like it to end soon.
Build a rocket boy. Is that the name of the game, or is that what you do? Like, what was that sentence? Or is that a studio?
I didn't even see it.
I have these gaps inside my head. Sound like it's a 10-minute window.
I'll give PlayStation this. This event is cool, and that it's like, it is bang, 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 bang. So if you don't like something, well, it's fine. 2 minutes from now, it'll be something.
Just seeing this game, I don't know why, but recently I complained about like every new game had to have a gun involved, and I don't know that I've seen a whole lot of guns so far. I'm sure there's been a few games with them already, but it certainly hasn't been every game.
It's definitely been a high number.
Just wanted answers about the tech in your head. Are you kidding me? This thing has ruined my life. You have no idea.
It was very weird how this was like very sci-fi futuristic, and all of a sudden it was just like a muscle car driving down the road.
Yeah, it took it straight to the GTAs of the world.
That's what actually started making me think, like, it wouldn't have been insane to get some GTA info, because it comes out this year.
I'd take another skin on Cyberpunk, since that one's outside of my debt forgiveness. A backlog debt
I
forgiveness.
think it's going to be a cyberpunky mind's eye. Okay.
Hello, I'm Leslie Benzies, director of Mind's Eye. Build a rocket boys.
They kind of need something to come out around the time the Switch is going to be announced.
Where AI and human greed.
Because I would assume you wouldn't want half your base going over to play a different console.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the launch game is going to be for the Switch aside from Mario Kart, though. Probably a Mario is my guess, but for a long time. I mean, Odyssey's 8 years old.
That's wild.
I don't know if this needed a follow-up.
They said build a rocket boy
look like
again. I still don't
Cyberpunk.
know what it was.
It looks like Cyberpunk GTA. I'm assuming Build a Rocket Boy is a studio, based on how they keep showing it.
A Cyberpunk GTA would essentially guarantee that I would start it and never finish it.
I don't know, it looks cool. Build a Rocket Boy is a diverse multinational group of developers. What is it? It's a studio, I guess. Gaming experience everywhere and Mind's Eye. Everywhere is a video game. An MMO that comes out soon.
It seems like everything we've watched also, it's been a lot more gameplay rather than cinematic.
I can appreciate that, but probably because a lot of them are follow-ups, not first-time announcements.
Oh,
So that's
yeah,
kind of what
yeah.
you typically do, is like cinematic and then a real thing. It's funny, they have another game called, oh, okay, hold on. PlayStation Studios. This is going to be maybe the Naughty Dog one.
It always comes back to this.
This Death Stranding.
There was an ocean in that game.
That's Rahul.
Should I know that name?
Yeah, it's Alana's boyfriend, for one. And he's been in, like, he was in Fall of the House of Usher. He was in Midnight Mass. Like, he's an actor. He's a big guy.
Like his
An actor,
likeness
like,
or his voice?
both.
That's cool.
I bet Alana's losing her shit right now. I wonder if anybody's tweeting about this. Because I bet they've had to keep this secret. This also feels like it's probably the last.
Yes. End it with a PlayStation.
Madness reigns. Then everything begins again.
I gotta go. I'm going to Alana's Twitch right now just to see if she's like got a coy little smile on. Oh, he's with her on stream. He's sitting next to her. I'm sending this to you in Discord. Oh, I guess he'll mess you up. You can't go Discord.
Don't send it to me until we're done.
You have to go back and rewatch it. Though. It's very cute. Them, like, they look very proud. Oh, she's crying. That game looks dope. I will say that. I don't really understand what it is, but I'll play it.
Yeah, I spent half of that trying to connect it back to Death Stranding.
Oh, her whole chat's being funny, saying woke and stuff. Obviously, he's Indian. They're all making fun. Oh, she's so proud.
Okay.
Gave him a big old kiss. You'll have to go watch it. It's very cute. It's making me misty-eyed.
No.
That's cool.
Hey everyone, I'm Gregory Loudon, creative director at Housemarque. We are thrilled to announce that our latest game,
Housemarque, I'm pretty sure, made Returnal.
on PS5,
Okay.
Which was an amazing game.
That was one that I wanted to play, but then you told me that it was also a roguelite, right?
It's a new single-player
Like a light roguelite. Like there is a story, you beat it, whatever, but yes, you die and have to redo a level until you can get through it, kind of thing.
Arjun is a powerful enforcer searching for answers on a hostile.
Dude, this looks awesome. But this does not look like a roguelite. This looks like this will be a story game.
All of us at Housemarque can't wait to share more about Saros, with our first look at gameplay coming later this year. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Wonder if that's the end. Because I have to leave. So I hope it is.
Bloodborne, Bloodborne.
Yep. All right, dude. Well, that was our first live stream. So I got a jet. So let's go ahead and just end this bad boy. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button. We love you. Goodbye.